Hello. Last week we started learning about citations and we did a practice on citing a variety of sources. So we tried to cite an image, a website, a book, and a YouTube video. And I want to go over that so that you can check it against your notes or your practice. Maybe you didn't get all the answers. Maybe you want to double check your answers. And that's really important that we know what we're looking for before we go into our assessment that we'll have later this week. So the first thing that we needed to do was click on the top, and we were looking at an image. That image comes from Flickr, and we want to look first for the title. So if I'm not sure what I need to look for, I just go back to the document. I need the title. And so the title, we scroll down and we see that the title of this is The Bridge. Now I can click and drag to copy and paste this, or I can type it in. Either way, I want to be careful that I am spelling it exactly correct, and also that I'm making sure I capitalize when I need to capitalize. Titles, capitalize all important words. And so we want to make sure that we're doing that, because if we don't, our citation is technically not correct. So then I'm looking for the contributor. My contributor is Alan Morris. He is the person who took the picture. I'll go in here and put Alan Morris. Then I'm looking for the website title. Name of this website is Flickr. I don't have to capitalize it because Flickr didn't. Pay attention to how we spell Flickr. Our publisher, this one's kind of tricky, but we scroll all the way down to the bottom and we're looking for a company. So a publisher is usually a big company that owns the website. And in this case, it is SmugMug. And so either type SmugMug plus Flickr, or you could just put SmugMug. When I need a URL, I just look at the very top. I only need to click once to get the whole link. And then I do my Control-C and I Control-V, and these links are very big. That's just how they are. Then I need the electronically published date. Keep in mind, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause it. Pause the video. And I'm looking for the date it was taken. So this time it was taken November 19th, 2017. And then I'm going to put that in here. When I'm pasting this in, I'm doing actually a Control-Shift-V, which makes sure that it doesn't change the formatting. So then I'm not getting like some bold and some in different fonts and that kind of stuff. The last thing I need to find for my citation is the date access, which is today's date. So I'm doing this video today, February 22nd. I could either type it out to fit that same thing, or I can just put 2/22/2021. And that's what I would need to find for the image. We're going to skip the citation and come back to that and go through the rest of these. So the next thing we looked at was the website. When we click this, we're looking at a website, specifically an article on a website. And the first thing we need is the article's title, which is right here. It's big, it's bold, it's at the top. There's lots of words capitalized. That's a good clue. It's a title. And I'm going to Control-Shift-V, put that in there. Now I need the contributor, who's the author or the writer. And I see that's Tony Hoffman. That one kind of copies and pastes a little weird, so I'm going to type it. The website title, I go in here. It's either called PC or PC Mag. So I'm just going to put PC. Publisher, another one of those. I got to go all the way to the bottom. Woo, way down there. I know. Sorry if that made you a little dizzy. And we're going to hit or look for the copyright. And it's actually a company called Ziff Davis. So here it says PC Mag is a federally registered trademark of Ziff Davis. Ziff Davis is the company that owns PC Mag and then also these other companies down here. So I'm going to put in Ziff Davis. The link, the URL is right at the top. I put that in. Electronically published, I want to go back up to the top. Whoop. And I see that it was updated July 1st, 2020. That's the date I use. So this article is actually older than that, But with tech articles, they update them, and that's actually better for us. That means it's a more recent, newer source, and so we like that. And then our date accessed, same thing that we put before because we're finding it today. If this happened to you, you just got to keep scrolling. There are 2 more. The third one is a book. Now, this is not an ebook. This is not a digital copy of a book. It's not an online book. It's actually a physical book that we would have in our hands, you know, if we had 30 copies of Number the Stars. But instead, I've given you a PDF that includes the book cover and then also the copyright information. So again, remember, this is a book. And so there's not going to be a URL because it's not online. It's a physical hard copy book. And believe it or not, we still use these sometimes. I'm kidding. Yes, we use these. Okay, so the first thing that we need is a contributor. The contributor for a book is the author, and the author here is Lois Lowry. The next thing we're looking for is the source title. Our source in this case is a book, so this really means book title. And the reason I don't put book title is I'm matching what is on EasyBib and what's on Citation Machine, our citation generators. And so I want to make sure that we are familiar with those terms, because otherwise we'll get into the citation maker and we'll say, I don't know what a source title is. Okay, so we got to learn that first. So our source is a book, so that therefore it means book title. And our title is Number the Stars. We won't need anything in the advanced info. We're going to skip that for now. And then publication info, we're looking for something that looks like a company. This one literally says publishing company. So we want to make sure that that is the name we get, which is Houghton Mifflin Harcourt. That's a lot. Publishing company. The city, New York, New York, and the copyright date is 1989. So I'm going to pop those in there. So really, we didn't need a lot. We only needed like 5 pieces of information, and we'll be able to make a citation from that. Last one is a YouTube video, and these are used more and more as sources, you know, as long as it is like, as long as it is something, you know, that's a good source, you know, not like a random YouTuber. And so we're going to start with the name of the film, which is here. Now remember, we don't actually have to watch the video. All the information is here. If you want to do that on your own time, that is okay. Our contributor is the channel name. So we do know the name of the correspondent from CNN. But we're not always going to have this information, so we want to get the channel is the contributor. The site is YouTube. And this is something we've just kind of been talking about in class, that the publisher is the company that owns the website. And we used to put YouTube here, but actually Google owns YouTube. So we're going to list Google as the publisher. And then our URL is just our little link up here. And electronically published is July 15th, 2012. So I'll go ahead and put that in here. And our date accessed, same day. So whatever day we found it, okay? And that's the kind of information that we would need. Now, I told you we would practice a citation. Remember, this is the 7th grade standard, so not something you have to be able to do. But if you can do it, then you have that opportunity to earn a level 4. So the one that's going to be on the assessment later this week is going to be an image. So it makes sense that I would show you what that looks like with an image. So to make a citation, you have to make sure first that you have all the right pieces here. If anything's wrong up here, then your citation is not correct. So you want to make sure you've taken the time to find all of the correct answer here, and then all we have to do is fill it in on EasyBib. So I'm going to click on this link. Now this is a free site, so it's got a lot of ads and there are things that will show up and play, and it might get a little distracting. I wish I could pause that. Okay, I'll just I'll be fine. All right. Sorry. So we're just going to fill in whatever stuff that we have. And if we don't have it, we're going to leave it blank. So I'm going to start at the top, and my title is The Bridge. And it says if you didn't have a title, you could put a description. We don't need a description. My contributor is Alan Morris. He doesn't have a middle initial listed, so I don't have to put anything there. Our website title is Flickr. Our publisher is Smug Mug. And then I definitely have to copy and paste this link. There's no way I'm going to try to type that. You could copy and paste all of this, by the way. And then the day it was electronically published, November 19th, 2017. So it starts with the day. Then I choose the month, 2017. So it really is just filling in what stuff that you've already filled out. So once I have that, or I've already found all these pieces, I just need to put them into the form and I complete the citation. Sometimes it will make you watch a video because, again, this is a free citation maker. But it gives me my citation. I can copy it, or I can click these three dots and copy it, and I'm able to put it back in. And you'll notice, it looks a lot like this because it just includes that information. But it's got our contributor, the title, the website, the publisher, the date, and then our really long Flickr link. And that's what a citation looks like. So make sure you've gone through this, you've looked at this before you do your practice quiz. That quiz is just a practice, just to get you kind of ready for what we're going to do later this week, which is the actual assessment. When you type in your answers, they need to be exactly correct with your spelling and your capitalization. And you'll notice it will count that wrong. Be mindful of that. Just look at what you got wrong and then change it. Change that when you take the assessment, either on Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day you have Digital Lit. As always, email me with any questions, comment on the assignment. Thank you so much.